Yo, it's Friday night, 9 p.m. sharp. You know what time it is.
NarcoCop and Timothy hitting you with that Lambo energy.
He's Mike by name, but the streets call NarcoCop. Used to bust dealers, now he's busting long shots. Retired badge, now he's bad with the bets. Octagon fiend, cashing slips, no regrets. Friday night fight, Seki poured on ice. Lambo Plays podcast, breaking down the price. Got parlays, KO, subs in round 3. Split decision magic, cash it like a G. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KO's to be round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. Tim Troiano, lotion in hand. Tennis coach by day, fight fan of the land. Watching WMMA, yeah, you know the drill. Playing with himself, just joking, but still. Impressions fly, Katona in the house. Roses Jr. squeaking, Tim's loud like a mouse. Cornholio vibes, he's stealing the show. Narcos like bruh, but they still go toe to toe. Round 2 chaos, round 3 gold. Split decisions, bets unfold. Side case sipping, parlays lit. Lambo energy, never quit. Lambo Plays, it's a wild parade. Long shots flying, getting that paid. Tim with impressions, Narco's got the locks. Whisper bet of the week, gonna shock your socks. Lambo Plays, the odds go cray. Spin that wheel, it's a betting ballet. KOSOB round 2 or 3. Hit that split, cashing big LFG. Timothy, Friday nights, the Lambo Plays podcast. Where long shots live large and splits hit harder. We out. We out. We out.
What's up, everybody? And welcome to NarcoCop MMA. I'm your host, Mike, along with my co-host, Timothy Troiano. I am not doing a long this episode. You could look at the episode. You could look at what show it is. We need to go quick today, Tim. It's breakneck speed, under an hour. We got a lot of bets on bare knuckle, so we need to go watch it. So we need to finish the show pretty quick. So with that being said, it is the main event, Malott versus Burns. Pretty good main event. We're going to see the 39-year-old Burns, how he's, at what point in his career he is. And if he loses to Malott, I think he should retire, honestly. But I know you're a Malott lover, so I'm not going to bust his chops too much, but I have to do it a little bit. Let me go over to chat really quick. Last week, by the way, we were inches away from Paulo Costa decision at hitting 120-1 Lambo parlay. That hurt so bad. Costa, I hate Trump. I wish Trump wasn't there because I think Costa just went for it because Trump was there, dude. Like, if, right after he knocks him out, he goes over to Trump. I'm like, dude, what the hell did you do? Just let the guy survive. You had it in the bag. All right. Tim,
20 seconds after that, ice came for Costa after that to get him out of the country. So
really? Oh, yeah. I didn't even know that. Dixon says, oh my God, Narco, we went from supermodel to the picture of they put up at the Caesars buffet after they banned him. Is that a bad picture, Tim?
I look very sad according to everybody.
All right.
We got to get the
old
one
good
back.
One then. I don't know what to tell you. Elijah Juan in the house. We're cashing a parlay live in person. He's gonna be there. Enjoy it. Buster, Valentin round 1. We're gonna talk about that. Cat Simulator says my favorite podcast of the week. Love me some degenerate prop bets. Thank you for joining Cat Simulator. Azure always supporting. What is this thumbnail? We can't have Tim looking so down. Oh, boy. Daz is in the house. Mushroom in the house. Yes, Freak, the Scottsdale, Arizona treadmill team has arrived. Glenbot, how are you doing? Sharp Boy, what's up? Bloom Dog, salute to you as well. Jonathan Everett says, let's go get KT Goat. Let's go get KT Goat. I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm missing something there. Finally catching a live stream, says Danny Link, let's cash those tickets. Joseph Curry taking the Lambo up to Canada tomorrow. Appreciate you, my man. Boogie Down says, what's up, boys? Mid-card, but money to be made. Let's get it. Felipe, let's go Narco and Tim. Big Lambo weekend coming up. Yes, sir. Rude One, what's up? How are you doing? Daniel Thomas, let's go. It's a great week. Slap a Lambo under tornado warnings. Watching Lambo plays. Dedication. I appreciate you. Stay safe out there. Joel, let's go, fellas. I could use a stack to pay some of the speeding tickets. This is the week. Yeah. I mean, Joel, they're piling, my friend. They're piling up. DA07, what's up, my friend? Tim looks sad. No, he's happy. Jake, how are you doing? Julio, let's beat the books. I always want to beat the books. Coliseum says new intro song. Okay. It's so gay that he likes it. All right. William Robbins, what is up? Eric Cote says, I'll watch a replay, but stop by to smash the like button. See, listen to this man. He's going to watch a replay, but he still came in just to smash the like. So I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you very much. Bill Fay says, Tim is just a gentle soul and is worn down from the evils of the world. At least that is how I interpret his face in the thumbnail. See, Tim? At least they know that you're just done with the evil. You know, that you're done with that stuff. Fireside, what's up? Who else do we have here? We have a lot of comments today. Pick'em MMA, let's go. Oreo's in the house. What's up, Oreo? GSB says, hell no. Apollo, my brother, been chilling in Miami back-to-back, plus 200 cash on the secret juice. Oreo bets $9.99. Dono, thank you very much. I appreciate you, my man. Jonathan Everett, sorry, typo. It was GOAT. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. All right, Tim, we need to keep this under an hour. First fight of the night. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 9-4 John Yannis versus the 14-3 Jamie Siraj. Currently, Siraj, I don't know if he's still minus 256. Is he? I think he is, actually. He is still a minus 256 or, yeah, 256 favorite with the comeback on Yannis at plus 216. Shoot us off here first. What do you like here?
Yeah, I like Siraj by sub, plus 200. I think he's major grappling edge here. He's going to be way bigger. He's fought at weight class above. He's coming down for this fight. So I think Yannis is proven to be an albino belt level jiu-jitsu and grappling. He's primarily a striker. And I feel like this is going to be similar to like the Austin Bashi fight. I think Yannis is just kind of like bonk or bust. And Siraj will give him that opportunity. Obviously, he's just going to come straight forward and do everything he can to get to the clinch and get him down. So I think sub. I don't know really what round. So I think it's probably early. He probably have an easy time getting him down. So sub 2-1, not bad.
I like Siraj sub as well. Plus 200. I gave it out of this play. So I know Yannis pretty well from Fury. He's not a very good grappler. He's not a very good defensive wrestler. Siraj, if there's one thing he does really well is he pushes, man. He pushes the space. He will push the grappling, and he will attempt until he gets you down. And, the thing is, he's faced some really good wrestlers and grapplers and still managed to get them down and sub them, which if he's doing that to guys like Nemat, Abasov, guys like that can wrestle, he probably most likely going to do it to Yannis. Now, on the feet, yes, Yannis can definitely find the chin. I don't know if he's going to be able to knock him out because Siraj, even though he's been hurt a lot in fights, he recovers, man. He comes back, he'll clinch, he'll recover. Obviously, Diego Brandao fight, he ate a spinning wheel kick to the head. He didn't recover from that, but for the most part, this guy recovers and he comes back and he'll clinch and grapple. And that's the one thing I don't like about Siraj, because in the beginning of fights, he tends to strike a lot more than he needs to. Why not just go to the grappling right away? Like, you're a grappler. Like, you don't know how to strike very well. your defense is horrific. So, yeah, if there's a chance for Yannis to knock him out, sure, it could be there. But Siraj has fought as high as 55, man, and now he's fighting at 35. So he's going to be bigger, stronger, better grappler. Give me the plus 200 on Siraj sub. Next fight, moving on. Fight number 2. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 12-4-1 Mark Vologdin versus the 21-8 John Castaneda. And this is going to be a catchweight bout because I think Castaneda couldn't make weight. He called Vologdin's camp, and they made it a catchweight. So line still minus 125, plus 105. I will go first here. I think Castaneda is the much better fighter overall. Way more well-rounded, way better level of competition, way more UFC experience, way more experience in general. Better technical fighter. Vologdin has the intangibles. You know, he's a little bit more durable. It's more explosive. He's more athletic. I will give him those things. But outside of that, I don't think there's anywhere in the MMA realm that Vologdin's better than Castaneda. But those intangibles do mean something. And I could see maybe Vologdin catching Castaneda with something big, but I think it's got to be early. If not, I think Castaneda, he can grapple him. He can outstrike him. He's just way better technically. It's a bigger cage. He's a little bit bigger as well. Look, a 5-inch reach, 3-inch height advantage. Give me Castaneda by decision at plus 220.
Yeah, I primarily allow what you said. I think that Castaneda's chin is kind of my big worry here. He's gotten caught in certain fights, and he seems to just like, I don't know. He's the older fighter at this weight class. It's kind of 34s. He's definitely on a downtrend. He's not going to be improving very much fight to fight, but I do think he's better all the way around. Vologdin did not impress me at all in the Dana White Contender Series fight, and specifically his grappling did not impress me at all. Like his durability and his ability to, he was just very hittable on the feet as well. But like his grappling looked like really bad in that fight. He was getting taken down pretty easily. He was getting messed up in the clinch. He was just kind of like holding this position. He wasn't even really trying to get up in the second and the third round that much. Like he just was accepting a position and just allowing him to get punches off. So I'm going to take a shot on Castaneda by sub at plus 550. I think it's possible if he grapples hard in this fight and he gets him down to the ground. I think the grappling edge is pretty big for him here. And he's got some sneaky jiu-jitsu. So I'm going to take a shot at plus 550 on him by sub.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, he's the better grappler, like you said. And the other guy might make mistakes, UFC debut, a lot going on, for him. So yeah, I don't hate it. Next fight. It is in the women's. Is this the next fight? Women's in the flyweight division? Let me see this. Yeah. All right. Next fight, it's women's flyweight division. It is the 14-7 JJ Aldrich versus the 9-2 Jamie Lynn Horth. And currently this line has actually come down a bit. Horth is minus 145 and the comeback on Aldrich at plus 125. Tim, take out your lotion and give us a play here.
God, no, this is the opposite of a lotion fight. This is called a sandpaper fight, which means that we're not doing anything of the nature. No sandpaper fights are worthy. Yeah, I mean, Horth to me, I don't, the initial line, the money line I didn't really get. I think this fight is like, I think that JJ should probably be a slight favorite. She's just way better striker in my opinion. Good takedown defense. Both are not super athletic. Both are kind of, I think the speed advantage will be for Aldrich. I think in this fight, for me, the only one that I saw is I think this is a fight where like Aldrich could literally win, like watching the fight, you could be like, I'll just won every round, and then it's a split decision for either fighter. But I'm going to take split decision for JJ at plus 650 is my only play. If I wouldn't touch her, like I would rather just bet her money line versus any other props. The only one that I liked is the end split, the split decision for JJ here. End split is tragic at plus 250. The only thing I'd add is I think Jamie Lynn's best performance was in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I thought she was great in those movies.
Yeah, you can get split actually 350 on Bet Online. I like the Aldrich size here as far as who I think is going to win. I just think that she's way better, way more technical on the feet. She's got way better hands. It's not even close. The speed difference is big, in my opinion. I also think she might actually be the better wrestler. Horth is a little bigger than her, but if you look, Aldrich has the 2-inch reach advantage. So I think it kind of cancels out when you look at that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, Jamie Lynn Horth is fighting really close against low-level competition. Aldrich is losing to pretty damn good fighters. So it's like, to me, it's like there's a level gap here, in my opinion. And I think Aldrich is the much, much faster, better striker here. And there's nothing that I see on tape that makes me think Horth is very good at wrestling / grappling. So I don't think she's going to get this fight to the mat unless Aldrich maybe engages and tries to get her down. So at the end of the day, I think split a plus 350 is not bad at all. Plus 350 is not bad here. So I'm going to go with Horth and JJ by split at plus 350 and see what happens. Moving on. Oh, not that one. Shit. Moving on to this one. Wait, where is it? Give me a second here. Oh my God, this is all goofy now. All right, there it is. Sorry. All right, next fight. It is in the women's bantamweight division. It is the 10-2 Daria Zheleznyakova versus the 7-3 Melissa Croden. And currently, Croden is down to minus 138, and the comeback on Daria is a plus 118. Kind of don't get the line movement. I mean, I get it in a sense that Daria, is a probably a faster starter, is a little bit faster on the feet, has better hands, but I think Croden might be able to melt her, to be honest. Daria looks like she slows down a lot on tape. And, the one thing with Croden is she's slow. She's very slow on the feet. She's plotty, right? She's not very fast with her hands. But if she grabs a hold of you, she's very good in the clinch. And then if she gets you down and on top of you, she's nasty, man. She's really, really nasty. I compare her top ground and pound to a girl like Jasmine. Honestly, that's how her ground and pound is. It's nasty. It's elbows. She's trying to kill you. And I've seen Daria, how bad she's looked off her back. The other thing with Daria is she throws herself into the clinch quite a bit, man. She throws herself into a clinch a lot. And I think that's going to come handy for Croden here, where she gets the body lock trip and gets on top. So I'm going Croden 2-3 here, plus 900, plus 1500, probably KO 2-3, but I'm not trying to pick a method here. I'm just going 2-3. I think she's going to, honestly, I think if she gets on top at any point in round 2 and 3, I think she can finish her.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's never Daria for me. Daria striking, she was even getting hit by Rendon, who's glacially slow. And I mean, I cashed on 11-1 on sub prop for what was it? Aileen Perez last fight against her. She's just tragic off of her back. Her name is Daria if she's striking, and her name is Diarrhea if she's grappling. So yeah, I'm feeling this is a clinch to take down, and I'm worried with round 2, round 3 that if Croden gets her down in round 1, that she could finish her kind of like Mullins did. But yeah, round 2, round 3 for me as well. Usually the Croden, taking people to the Croden verse usually happens late for her. So yeah, same one. I think that her ground and pound, I think it could be a sub as well. Just from how tragic Zheleznyakova grappling just in general is. So yeah, no need to get greedy with it.
Yeah, I'll never forget when she cashed that big ticket for me, man. Round 3. I was in Vegas. We were on that Narco Bash, and she nailed her in round 3. But yeah, let's move on here. Next fight of the night. It is in the men's heavyweight division. It is the 22-10-1 Tanner Boser versus the 11-2 Gokam Saricam. And currently Saricam is minus 145, and the comeback on Boser at plus 125. Tim, this one's yours.
Yeah, for me, it's a end split trifecta kind of, but I like end split the best here. I think it could be close striking. You have Tanner, who's Canadian. I think the striking is pretty close. Both these guys aren't like massive power hitters for heavyweight. Both seem to be pretty durable. I think grappling edge, clearly Saricam. Boser's very small heavyweight. So takedown are going to be possibly live for Gokum. He doesn't always go for them. And he doesn't like, it's not something that he's like, you can rely on him to just consistently shoot takedowns. So that's the part where I think like that's his easiest path, clearly. So end split is plus 450. Gokum split is 8-1, and Gokum points is plus 250. I like the end split the most, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fight where I just think Gokum can easily, if he wants the path of least resistance, I think he just takes him down and stays on top. I think he's way better wrestler. He's bigger. I think he's actually good on top. It's probably going to be stronger. You know, Boser up and down, light heavyweight. He's mentioned before when he moved down to light heavyweight that, you know, he felt like he was just not as strong as the heavyweights. He was smaller, and now he's right back up there because I guess he has no choice right at this point. But the thing with Saricam is I know he has some decent ground and pound, but Boser is tough. And I think I could just see like top time, you know, even on the feet. I think Saricam can definitely compete. I think he has better footwork. I think he's faster and everything, but plus 250 Saricam decision. Yeah, I don't mind that whatsoever. Let's see here. Let's move on. Tim, we're not messing around today. I told you. Next fight. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 10-2 Julian Leblanc versus the 10-6 Robert Valentin. And currently we have Robert Valentin at minus 170 and the comeback of plus 145 on Julian Leblanc. Yeah, this one I kind of went back and forth. It's because skill for skill, like I feel like technically speaking, maybe Julian Leblanc's a little bit better striker. I think Valentin's probably the better grappler. Valentin has a little bit more UFC experience and experience in general. He's the more natural middleweight as well. I kind of feel like Leblanc is a tweener. He could be middleweight. He's in between middleweight and welterweight, basically. But he's very low volume. He's mainly a kicking guy with some knees. You know, he doesn't throw many hands. And in his 2 losses, dude, like he was just taken down, rinse and repeat. Against Lapalus, he was on his back the entire fight. And if Robert Valentin has half a brain, he's going to grapple here and take down LeBlanc. The problem is, and this is a big problem, is that I don't think Valentin has half a brain. That's the issue. He's probably going to just strike with this guy and give him an opportunity. And LeBlanc is a little bit more technical than Valentin. Valentin is just a wild man, right? I do think he can get takedowns when he wants them, you know, win minutes on top. I do think that both guys are actually pretty damn durable. I'm going to go Valentin decision at plus 550.
I like it. That's bold. So no one told you life was going to be this way. Your job's a joke. I'm sorry. I was doing the Friends theme song. We have Julian Leblanc, who fights like Matt LeBlanc, in my opinion. Watching this guy's tape was comical. Yeah, like, dude, this guy really can't stop takedowns versus anybody. I told myself I really don't want to bet this fight unless I'm up like 10 units getting to this fight. Like if we hit some props and hit some winners before this fight, maybe I'll bet Valentin by sub, or maybe I'll tail your decision prop at 6-1. But I think it's a sub if he's smart. Like I don't think Valentin is smart, so I don't want to usually bet money on this guy. I like what he did in the Tough House. I think that's like his best work, but he just doesn't seem reliable from a game planning standpoint in the octagon at this point in the big show. So I'll take Valentin just for the show. I'll take him by sub at plus 220. I think it's his easiest path. He got to Loader's back. Maybe he can get this guy down, and I think he definitely can get him down if he's trying to. But sub for me.
All right. We will move on. Next fight. What is it here? It is in the featherweight division. It is the 12-5 Dennis Buzukja versus the 17-2 Mauricio Barbosa. And I think this price has gone down just a little bit at minus 450, and the comeback on Buzukja at plus 350. Tim, what do you got here?
Yeah, I mean, before I break it down, I think this fight is the Lambo is not what I think is going to actually happen. So I'll say that ahead of time. I think it's going to be I think Buzukja is going to get knocked out in round 1, but I'm not going to give that. It's a kind of a shitty line. I'm going to go based on just the tape of what Marcio looks like late in fights in round 2 and round 3, about 7 minutes into fights. I'm just banking out. The dude seems to kind of melt himself going for what he goes for early. He's not like full rabies mode. Like he actually picks his shots pretty well. So, but for some reason he just gets cooked later in these fights and the losses. So I think Dennis does get KO'd early, but Dennis round 2 is plus 2,000. Dennis round 3 is plus 2,500. If it gets past 7 minutes, I think that the fight could get a little bit hairy, and I might be ready to live bet.
Yeah, I honestly, unless he goes rabies and doesn't finish this guy, right? Which I guess it could happen, but if he just fights methodically like he does, like he cuts off the cage really, really well, has a ton of power, man, like nuclear power with this guy. Very good boxing. Buzukja's there to be hit, man. Like he's just very, very hittable. He got dropped against Marshall. He got one-shotted basically by Emmers. This guy hits way harder than those guys, man. And he's going to put Buzukja to sleep. I just know it. The way he stalks his prey and lands those hooks, man, it's nasty. He's got nasty boxing, and he's going to KO this guy. KO 1 plus 140, Tim. I know it's not a good line, but when you look at when you look at Barbosa in general, I mean, how many fucking KOs in round 1? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
13
6,
or 14, right?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of his 17 wins are KO 1s. You know, like he's just a nuclear hitter. And I think he's going to nuke this guy, honestly. I mean, Buzukja is who he is. I don't think he's all that, honestly. He's the type of guy that takes a beating and then comes back. But you can take a beating. Here's the thing. Here's the difference between what Buzukja has done previously and kind of like came back as opposed to here, right? Like you can take a beating from guys like, you know, Sean Woodson, and even in that fight, he didn't come back and won, but he came back a little bit in that fight. But you can't take those shots from fucking Mauricio Barbosa. You're going to sleep. So yeah, I mean, this guy is he's one of there was 2 Brazilians from Dana White's Contender Series. This guy and the guy that knocked out Oki in round 3. What the heck was his name? Do you remember the guy that knocked out Oki? I'm sure the chat will know him, but that fucking guy hits like a truck too. He's very similar. Barbosa is obviously more technical on the feet, but they chuck huge shots, both of them. They remind me. Manuel Sosa, exactly. This guy reminds me of Manuel Sosa, smaller version, but reminds me of him, dude, just chucking big shots. So yeah, let's see what the chat has here real quick. I haven't shouted out the chat at all because we're trying to go under an hour here, guys. People talk shit to me too much. I'm going over every single time. So there's nothing really. I don't see anything. All right, Tim, we're moving on. Breakneck pace. But next fight, it is in the lightweight division. It is the 19-9 Thiago Moises versus the 10-3 Gage Young. And now currently Gage Young is minus 155 and the comeback on Moises at plus 135. So money has come in on Gage Young, and I completely agree with it, to be honest. When I went into tape prior to tape, I thought I was going to play Moises at plus money. I'm like, I got to play Moises plus money here. Young is young. Moises has a ton of experience. Look at the level of opposition, blah, yada, 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 right? But then I roll the tape, and, Young is good. He's good everywhere. He's a good wrestler, good defensive wrestling, good striking, has a ton of power. Moises, we get flatlined with one punch last time against Jared Gordon. Just a terrible look. I think there's violence in this fight, no matter what. The only thing I will say is Gage Young needs to be careful he gets taken down. He cannot give up his back. He cannot do any of the stuff he did against Salkeld. But at the end of the day, I like his side here more than I like Moises' side. I know Moises has a bigger number on a submission, but I'm going with the KO here for Young here. I think he's going to put Moises to sleep. I think he hits very hard. I'm taking Young by KO at plus 300 here. Tim?
Yeah, I'm on the Moises sub. I didn't like the positions. Salkeld got him in. I think that if Moises gets those positions, I think he knows what to do better. He's more dangerous. He's taking down guys. I mean, like, he's just Mushroom hit the nail on the head. Like, Moises is just like the only consistent thing about the guy is that he's fucking inconsistent. Like, you never know what you're gonna get with him. He's got, he seems to be like a guy that you can rely on him to beat guys that he's better than, and you can rely on him to get, kind of wilt versus guys that are better than him. That's the only thing that's kind of dependable. So yeah, I just like the grappling side on Moises, and if he can get him down, I think things will get dangerous for Gage. But yeah, I don't hate your play on KO. Getting nuked by Jared Gordon in round 1 with not a massive shot is a bad look.
All right, let's move on. Next fight, it is in the flyweight division. It is the 19-6 Carini Silva versus the 14-4 Jasmine Jasudavicius. And currently Jasudavicius minus 300 and the comeback on Carini Silva at plus 250. Tim, here you go. Lotion fight for you. Go ahead.
100%. It will be out. Yeah, I mean, this is a passion of mine to bet Jasmine late round props. And I've actually been really good at betting against, or not against, but like Silva fights. Like, I've had just pretty good read on her fights as to when she's going to be beating people, how she's going to beat people, when she got off the train with Araujo versus her by decision. It's just like Jazz has to worry, like, in round 1, like early and maybe the first half of round 2, potentially getting caught in a submission or getting hit with a big shot up top. But like, I mean, Silva's going to throw up guillotines and front chokes to try to defend takedowns in this fight. And I think if they don't, it's just going to be the classic situation where she's just going to accept the bottom at that point. And even in the Dana White Contender Series fight, well, the Dana White Contender, Dana White Contender Series fight with that Jet Chikui, that Chinese chick, like, she was like close to death gassing in that fight, like really, really close to getting finished in round 2, and then she, submitted her, and it was kind of lucky. I think Jazz cooks her late. Round 2 is 11-1, round 3 is 18-1. Whisper bet would be KO3 plus 40, 44,000. I think KO3 is pretty solid. KO2-3 is not bad, but like I think it's probably round 3. So yeah, give me round 2, round 3 late props on Jazz as always.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just think round 1 probably Carini Silva might win it. I would tell people not to bet Jasmine pre. Like, I think you can get a better line live. Just because Carini Silva is a big time front runner, man. Like, she is a front runner. She wins a lot of round 1s. I think she wins a round 1 potentially here, but that's the thing. Even if she grapples hard and does that, everything she does normally. I think she gasses out, and then rounds 2 and 3, now she's going to go for guillotine, stuff like that, end up on bottom. And the one thing I will mention here that I think is kind of important, like if Carini Silva is going to be throwing up subs off bottom against Jasmine, it's just going to give Jasmine more opportunity to pass, and once she passes, she is nasty, man. She is very nasty if she passes you. And the ground and pound is just different with this girl. So JJ round 2, 1,200. JJ round 3, 1,600. KO 2, 34-1. KO 3, 40-1. Whisper bets for me as well. I like her to finish here, to be honest. And earlier in the week, I'm like, yeah, Carini could potentially win this fight, but this is a terrible fight for her. At the end of the day, I think just because she's going to get drowned, it just is what it is. Like, she's going to get drowned later unless she shows a different type of cardio one and a different type of fight IQ too, because her fight IQ is not very good. So maybe she drops down to a heel hook again and goes for a Hail Mary, which is possible. But yeah, that's just the type of fighter she is. Let's see here. Olajuwon says 2-3. Yes, sir. Glembot says 2-3. Yes, sir. Dixon says lotion. Dissection of violence, my man. Hey, boys, let's cash some tickets with a $27.99 dono. Appreciate you very much for supporting the channel. Dissection. And then he says, let's go, Jazz. He does train with Jasmine up in Top Team Niagara. So he knows her, he supports her, and he supported the channel. So thank you. C. Kirk says, Jazz said she invented a choke she wants to use here. I wouldn't listen to that kind of stuff, bro. Like, seriously, I wouldn't listen to stuff like that. It doesn't matter. It usually doesn't work against high-level grappler. Carini is a high-level grappler. So, all right, let's move on. Next fight. It is in the lightweight division. It is the 13-6-1 Jai Herbert versus the 14-3 Mandel Nallo. And currently, Nallo is a -160 favorite with a comeback of +140 on Jai Herbert. I'm going to kick this one off here. At first, kind of thought to myself, I'm like, yeah, I might play Jai here at dog money. Mandel Nallo, kind of low volume, doesn't really have many wins outside of round 1. I mean, if you look at his career, this guy's basically a round 1 merchant. He's got 3 losses, all outside of round 1, and he's only got 2 wins in round 2, and that's it. He doesn't have a single decision win. He doesn't have a round 3 win, right? And then every time these fights are extending, for the most part, he's losing these fights. I do think the guy has improved since his Bellator days. Obviously, over there at TriStar, like his striking is really, really good. Very long limbs. But you see the reach here. He's kind of meeting his match as far as another longer guy with his hands. The thing is, he does have these long kicks, and Jai Herbert, I've seen him eat a lot of calf kicks, man. And that's concerning because you don't want to eat calf kicks against Nallo. You cannot eat calf kicks against Nallo. That's the biggest part of his game, if you ask me, is his front kick and his calf kick. He is absolutely devastating with those things. So I think he's probably going to chop down the tree. Maybe find Herbert's chin. I think he's more durable at this point, Nallo, even though he's only 1 year younger. I think he finds a KO here, a +235. I mean, I don't really want to go deeper into it. I think it's probably in round 1 or 2, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it could be at any point in this fight. So I'm going to go Nallo KO at +235. I didn't look at it, but it wouldn't shock me if he finished him in like round 3 with just leg kicks.
Yeah, this fight, I've literally gone like back and forth in this fight probably 10 times. Just I don't know, the fact that Nallo hasn't won any decisions, like you said, seems to be kind of very, very front loaded. doesn't seem to be. He is front loaded. And then the other thing is like Jai Herbert is just you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of last week's call with Reyes and Walker, where I was like, dude, this fight could go. Like Jai Herbert just seems to avoid fights now. Like he doesn't engage at all. Like his sole job is just to like dance around, not engage in a fight, not use his length, throw 50 strikes a fight and get to a close decision. So I like your KO. I like your KO call on Nallo early. I think that that's definitely possible, but I just think like both these guys have the same, like they don't have this, they have same measurables, but they have different styles. And Jai just doesn't seem to want to engage. Like I think Nallo is going to try to chase him around and try to get the kicks, like you're saying. And Herbert's going to just try to run away as much as he possibly can. I think Nallo's hittable as well. So I ended up on the end split here at plus 700. I just think like it could be early Nallo, late Jai, and Jai doesn't finish him. And it could be, honestly, it could be either guy. I could see either guy. I would lean Herbert to a decision, but this end split at 7-1 for me seemed like a good line.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's the worst bet. I mean, two strikers, right? They could have a lot of just technical striking. They're both good with their striking. So it was
kind of wild. It was like 9 and 12-1 on if you did them individually by split, and then the 7-1 on end split. It was
that's too high. Yeah, that's wrong. All right, let's move on. We are pumping them out today, Tim. We are not messing around. It's the co-main event of the night, and it is in the men's bantamweight division. It is the 12-4 Kyler Phillips versus the 17-8-1 Charles Jourdain, and currently Jourdain is a minus 135 favorite with the comeback on Phillips at plus 115. What do you have here, co-main?
It was kind of tough. Like I can see I could see the Jourdain round 3 in my mind, like over and over and over. Kyler seems to just gas every fight, and starts so quick early, and just is round 1 just beating everybody, and round 3 losing to Halion Paiva like badly, like those level fighters, and was on Font by decision at like 7-1 against him. Saw him grapple fuck him for the first round, and then you just saw him mouth breathing, full meat sweats for the rest of the fight, and just couldn't get him down and couldn't do much. So I think this is like, I understand, like I wanted to get to like the round 3 kind of props for Jourdain, or the late round props for Jourdain, but I don't know, it hasn't been like, Kyler hasn't been hasn't been finished. He's shown good durability. Could Jourdain catch him with a guillotine, or catch him with like a flying knee or something like that? Yeah, for sure. I think, he's finished some guys that haven't been finished historically, in Davy Grant, in his last fight. Who's the other guy that he just finished that hadn't been finished either with the guillotine? I forgot. Long-haired dude. But
Victor Henry. Victor Henry.
Thank you, Victor Henry. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's possible that he could get him out of here, but I'm gonna go with the end split and the trifecta on Charles Jourdain here. I think it's round 1, Kyler. I think it's round 3, Jourdain, and I think round 2 is like decides the fight if judges are fair, which they probably won't be in Canada. And I think even if Kyler does get him down in round 2 or wins round 2, I think the decision's probably going to be split to Jourdain either way. So Jourdain points is plus 200. End split is plus 400, and Jourdain by split is plus 750.
Yeah, I kind of went back and forth on this fight. I did more tape and went back and forth on it. And, the one thing obviously that sticks out is, the Matrix is a front runner, right? Right. He's very good in round 1. He never loses round 1. Actually, it's a fact. I think he's like 9-0 in the UFC in round 1s. He's never lost them. And then you got the guy in the opposite side, round 3 merchant in Charles Jourdain. He almost always wins round 3. But he does, obviously, he's been stopped in round 3 against Julian Erosa. So it's not all the time, but he's basically a guy that comes on later in fights. I I think one of the big things here for me is like against Oliveira, right? He dropped him early. Phillips did, he won round 1, but you saw him kind of melting in rounds 2 and 3. But the big difference, in my opinion, between a guy like Charles Jourdain and a guy like Vinicius Oliveira, obviously Oliveira has more horsepower, but the biggest difference is Charles Jourdain is going to pick his shots way better than a guy like Oliveira, right? Oliveira just like throwing all kinds of wild shit and missing, and he's not being technical about it. I think a guy like Charles Jourdain later in the fight is going to be, if on a tired Kyler Phillips, he's going to be more technical. He's going to land those shots instead of missing them, So, I see a world here where I think Charles Jourdain could wear out Kyler Phillips. I think this is how I feel the fight. I do think that Kyler Phillips is potentially going to grapple early. My bet, the round 2 and 3 on Charles Jourdain plus 900, plus 1400 is going to be dependent on how eager Charles Jourdain is to make Kyler Phillips work. I think he needs to make Kyler Phillips work. Similar to the Font one. Do you remember the Font fight where he was, even though he had top time, Font kept working off bottom. He kept trying to, squirm and making Kyler trying to control him, just wasting energy. And you saw his energy just completely got zapped in that fight. I think the same could be said for Jourdain. I think he needs to work. I kind of feel like, he did get the guillotine on Henry and Grant. I kind of feel like he shouldn't go for those early against Phillips, man, because Phillips is a more dynamic. He's a better athlete. He's gonna jump to the side right away when he goes to those. And these MMA lab guys are really, really good with their grappling. So I think if Jourdain is smart, he doesn't jump these guillotines early. I don't think it's a good idea. I think he's gonna just maybe blow his arms out, or maybe put himself in a bad position on the mat too. That's the other thing. I do like the 2-3 here. I'm gonna go with it because I think there's going to be a point where Kyler Phillips, the thing is, I want to say he's going to fix this problem, right? I want to say, hey, Phillips is going to, but this has been a problem for years now, right? All the time. I can't say he's going to fix it anymore. He doesn't seem to be fixing it. And it's more so his style, dude. It's his style. It's this explosive in and out movement, exploding into takedowns. Everything is explosive with this guy. And that's just going to get you tired. There's just no way around it. And I don't think he knows how to fight any other way. You know what I'm saying? It's bouncing, it's moving, and jumping in with big strikes and jumping in to get taken, so it's not going to change. It's not going to change. This is how he's fought his entire life. And he's going to continue to fight like that. With that being said, truthfully speaking, I think he's live to hurt and maybe finish Charles Jourdain in round 1. I'm not kidding. I honestly think he can. But I lean more towards Jourdain finishing him later here.
Hey, can I modify mine really quick for 20 seconds? Because the round 3 points prop for him instead of points is plus 155 versus plus 200. I still like the end split and the split decision for Jourdain, but to me, I would not bet plus 200 versus adding the round 3, because I was even talking about round 3 for him. So, the Jourdain, the thing about the split 2 for me is that Jourdain is 2-8 in decisions, 2-8-1 in decisions.
Yeah,
you're
not in love.
He's not like a
you're not in love
minute
with
winner.
that. He's not running away with decisions and stuff. But I mean, we'll see. 135 maybe. That's the one other thing I do want to say is I'm a little afraid, just a little bit. I don't know yet, is what Charles Jourdain's cardio will look like at 135 too. We don't know. He's finished both guys early, right? I think it's going to be good just because of the way this guy is. This guy just has good cardio. But I'm just a little bit skeptical. He's cutting to 135. It's a little bit different. Does his cardio look a little different at 135? Hopefully not for my bet and your bet, but yeah. Let's see what we have here. Gumbot says round 3 decision. Air Jourdain. Where the hell is Julio? My 50 on plus 375 under looking fantastic. Bring it home, Narco. I don't know what that is. Dravi, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining. Solution says Jourdain round 1. I don't think so, honestly. Could be, I guess. Dravi says Jourdain 2-3 book it. Glenba 3 on his money line. Dravi. Oh, Javi's big on Thomas West. You guys are the best. Thank you, man. Javi's big on Jourdain, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, I would wait for live if you can, honestly. I really think Kyler's going to win round 1, but we'll see. All right, before I go on to the main event, we've been going quick. You could see the scroll. It's scrolling under. Discord, if you want to get in the free section, it's down below. Click it. If you want to pay $25 a month, I'm up 28 units on the year. Everything tracked. Every single bet is tracked. All in the Discord. Boxing, BKFC, BKB, you name it. They're all in there. I have a bunch of bets this weekend on BKB, some on the UFC. We had a great PFL day yesterday. So it's been going really good 2026. I appreciate all the support I get. You will not be disappointed if you get into that Discord. There's a lot of sharp people. It's just a good atmosphere, good community, good everything. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. There's nothing else. Let's move on. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. And if you are subscribed, hit that notification button so you know when we go live here on the channel. Let's go and get this main event, Tim. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 22-9 Gilbert Burns versus the 13-2-1 Mike Malott. And currently, Malott is down to minus 275 with the comeback on Burns at plus 235. I'm still skeptical about this guy Malott, man. Even the last win, I wasn't very happy with how he looked, to be honest. I think that if it wasn't for the nut shot, you know, he lost round 1 unanimously to Kevin Holland, and that nut shot happened in round 1. You see Kevin Holland was clearly compromised in that fight, man, in rounds 2 and 3. To me, it's just Mike Malott has shown me that he will give up. And that Magny fight, I don't want to hear anything else, but it was a give up. He gave up the fight, man. He was minus 5,000 on the money line. He gave up the fight. Just couldn't hold on. Just absolutely curled up in a ball. Like, what are you doing, dude? Do you have any type of like toughness or anything to you? Like, what are you doing here? So, you know, Gilbert Burns is old. He's lost to really, really good guys of late. You know, it is a little bit scary, but man, I'm going 3-4-5 on Gilbert Burns here. Like I haven't seen, I think this guy's cardio is still extremely sketchy. And if he doesn't get Gilbert Burns out of there in round 1, I think Gilbert Burns is going to swamp this guy. And I think if Gilbert Burns is smart, he goes to the wrestling here against this guy. So it's plus 1,900, plus 2,500, plus 3,000, 3-4-5. Gilbert Burns. One more time. Dorino, take this guy out for me. Tim?
Yeah, I wanted to get there too, man. Honestly, I did, but I can't do it. I've been a Malott truther, like, you know, man. I've been on him pretty much every fight from Dana White Contender Series to now. Super biased. Worked with his brother-in-law for a year or so at my tennis club. Really nice guy. So yeah, I'm ended up on the Malott side, but honestly, I think that your pick is solid. I cannot believe in looking at the props of this, like having Mike by sub being the same line as Gilbert Burns by sub is kind of just hilarious to me. These guys are not the same level grapplers and don't have the same level of jiu-jitsu. I think Malott is very skilled striking as well as solid jiu-jitsu. His takedown defense is the question for me in this fight. Actually, it's a big question for me in this fight. We shall see if it holds up or not. And to me, I think the KO prop is like tragically bad for Mike. I think he could get him out of there early in rounds 1 or 2, but I'm going to actually take it. I think like he he fights smart, and I feel like if he's worried about takedowns and he doesn't connect early in rounds 1 or 2, and he's like really, really worried about engaging, like you're saying, he's shown that he can just stay super safe at range and just, jab and kick and jab and kick. So my decision is plus 550, and end split is plus 1100. I won't take a split on him, but I think Mike decision is plus 550. It's not bad for me. If Burns can survive and himself through 5 rounds, he survived against Khamzat. I think decision for Mike isn't bad here at 5.5 to 1, and I think he could fight that style. Like he's shown that he can fight that way as well as going after guys. I don't think he's going to have chances for guillotines and submissions here. I don't think he's going to grapple at all. So it's a question of, do I think he's going to knock him out? I think he could early, but I think later on in the fight, the longer the fight goes, the more he's going to try to stay at range. You're muted.
I mean, Gilbert Burns, for me, just from listening to his interview, it seems like he's going to grapple in this fight. And if he does, he can definitely take down Malott. I have no doubts in my mind. When this guy wants to grapple, he could take almost anybody down, dude. Like, he can. He took fucking Michael Morales down when he was hurt in that fight. He was fucking hurt, and he went for a takedown and took him down. Morales is super hard to take down, We've never seen Malott. That's the other thing. We've never really seen him off his back. What does he look like? Is he terrible?
Yeah, I wanted to get to the sub. I wanted to get to the Burns sub, but I couldn't. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's how I'm going to go. And, it's going to be interesting. It's either Gilbert's completely washed or he's going to give this guy a vet lesson, man. A big-time vet lesson. All right. Lambo Parlay time, Tim. 322 live viewers. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining. We are at 56 minutes, Tim. We're going to get under an hour. I'm going to give my Lambo Parlays. I got 2 of them. It's JJ and Croden, 2-3, 2 female fights. Do their 2-3 round robin, those 2-3 rounds. So JJ rounds 2 and 3, Croden round 2 and 3. They're huge numbers. They're like 120 to like 250 to 1. And then my other one is Siraj by sub, Saricam decision, Nallo KO 31 to 1. Wait, why do you have Nallo KO? You said you want split. What the hell?
I know I had unsplit, but I want to put for DK. But I thought I literally had it written down. We do not talk about these guys ahead of time at all, like on what we're doing on props. Like, that's fucking hilarious. That's 2 weeks in a row we had the exact same one.
So it's the same exact one?
I have the exact same 2 written down. I have Croden and Jazz 2-3, and I have Siraj sub, Saricam points, and Nallo.
All right. Sounds good. Right. So it's the same. We got the same things back-to-back weeks, which is crazy. 58 minutes. We're done here. Thank you very much for all the support from everybody. Please hit the like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And one last thing, Tim. Let's cash those tickets for UFC Winnipeg. Bang.